Guys, this is a general reading for Taurus for February 2019. So it's for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross watchers. If you have significant Taurus in your chart, or if you're just drawn to this video for more of a complete picture, I would also, or if this doesn't resonate with you, I would also look at any of my other videos or ones that are coming out of your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, any that you just resonate with, or significant placements in your chart. Energy is fluid, so some, none, or all of this may apply. Take what fits, leave the rest. Don't make it fit if it doesn't fit. This could have already happened. It could be happening now. It could happen in the future. I could read this as love. It could be career. I could read this for you. It could be someone else. Just apply it as necessary. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. Just a quick kind of information for you on specials in the month of February 2019. If you get any reading, whether it's the pre-recorded or the live, you get a free chakra clearing and balancing, which is amazing. I'm going to do a video on it too, just explaining more what it is, but I did it for me and really cleaned out like my sacral chakra, which is for like creativity, sexual energy. And I didn't realize how much I was holding there and how much energy of mine it was actually draining and utilizing. So great. I recommend it. Even if you don't even want a reading, reach out to me if you want even just that service alone. I haven't added it to my description box yet, but you get that free with basically any tarot reading, whether it's a live, really any of my service, I would put it for it, but you know, mostly saying it for the live or pre-recorded readings. But that's like good stuff. So, if you're interested in readings, if you know, information about me, a lot of people send me information also, or ask me for information for like donations, because either energy exchange or just to thank, help out, or if it moved them in some way. Either way, the information is in the description box below for my PayPal information. My email is also down there, my services, my prices. Read all of it. I will, of course, help anybody. Read it all, including the disclaimer and everything. And if you still have questions, reach out to me. But it seems like, a good amount of people are like getting to my email and then messaging me, and it just saves me time. So, but if you still have questions, email me. So it's also, I'm going to start doing it just as a little bit more of an exchange for myself and to possibly help out other people who can't afford a reading or whatever. Starting this month, which sucks, so I think I already put out Aquarius, and so I'm going to do a video on that too, hopefully let everybody know, but if not, oh well, as of right now, I'm going to keep doing it every month, but if you leave a comment at the end of the month, I will randomly pull and you get a free pre-recorded reading. So don't, it doesn't have to be like huge, but at least something significant enough, more than just like a period or hey, or just, something like whatever, like, whatever, just something more than just like boop, but just to gain interaction as a thank you also to my subscribers, to also help out in case somebody needs help and return even more, even though I do like a lot of time already anyways. Even more of the energy exchange. I have a lot of people who, from the kindness of their heart, give me donations and services, even if they can't afford a reading, like with how much it's helped them, or, whatever. And that's great, because all of the money I get from this channel and from services and everything right now go towards me furthering my healing, which then makes me have to heal myself to then further learn how to give back and heal others, such as Reiki Master in March. In the middle of shamanic training, I've already got the South direction down, and they delayed it a little bit. So instead of starting this summer, it will start in 2020. I'll be doing plant spirit medicine, all of which I can do in person and also distant. So that's just greater services that I can offer and do for people, because we're in a time where a lot of people need assistance and healing and help, and just these are a lot of energy. So anyways, it helps me with that, so thank you very much. So this is just a little bit further of a way for me to give back. Anyways, all that information is in the description box below. If I think of anything else, I will say it. But I think that's it for now. So, Taurus. So much energy as I was laying down these cards. I'm not sure which comes first. Like I was, I myself, I'm a Taurus sun, so I've had so many thoughts and downloads in the last so many weeks. A lot of things having to like process, work through, learn, get to know myself, reprioritize, but a sense of power coming over me, confusion, but also then power and things pushing me to refocus my energy and reprioritize where I'm putting it and what I'm wanting to do and focus on. And also seeing things a little bit more clearly too, to be honest. And I'll explain more into that in another video. I really want to do a video on it, but there is something of such spiritual energy here right now in this reading. Like I could feel it all as I was like laying down the cards. I can feel the energy just running through my body and the goosebumps. And I don't know if it's just high or if it's just such a, presence around me that I can feel. But I mean, it's still there now. And kind of a lot of what I've been going through, I think, is resonating in with this reading. But there's a huge more message for Tauruses this month. And this doesn't really matter, but I'm not sure how much people are going to like it. On one hand, I think probably half the Tauruses are going to be like, that's right. And the other half are going to be like, no. So it's okay though, as anybody who knows who watches my channel, you don't always get what you want, you get what you need sometimes. And, this is a loud message from Spirit that is really trying to come in and help Tauruses get back, like you're one step away from being whipped back into shape. You know what I mean? Like you've got some stuff to do, kind of fallen off a little bit. Let's just get started on your reading, but there's very much this empowering vibe. You're being led to empowerment, but it's kind of going to be, some Tauruses will understand and some will be a little bit kicking and screaming on the way there. But either way, you are going where you want to go. You've just got to release control of the journey. So where you are right now is you have, or at least the main central focus of this reading is the Three of Pentacles. So, I think that a lot of Tauruses are still trying to come together with somebody or a situation and still trying to work something out, collaborate. Maybe it could even be a creative venture, but, try to figure out how to work together. Just a small note, maybe even with somebody who acts like they're above you. They're actually not that this matters, but like how this guy is standing on this, he would actually be shorter than these people. But he's standing on this, so now he's like above them. Almost, in a way, playing like games or mental games or whatever in order to seem like they're above you or they're better than you. When really, if you just removed your emotions or removed your own triggers or whatever and just really looked at plain day, clear as day, you would see that it wasn't what they were trying to put off. But that doesn't really matter. Either way, you're trying to come together and work things out. But what's crossing this is the Death card. I mean, you could even be dealing with a Scorpio, but that doesn't fully matter. I mean, there's quite a lot of major arcana in this reading. And you have the Death card, and then you have the Sun coming up in the end. So it's almost like what you don't see of which could bring the happy times, the illumination, or let's put it this way, the opposite of what you would want brings you what you've been wanting and waiting for. At least at this current place in time, and that's all we're going to focus on right now anyways. That's all that matters. There is needing to be an end or a change in something, and I'm guessing it's this trying to work and collaborate and work together with whatever you've been focusing your energy on. In your more distant past or the foundation, you have the Star card. So getting realigned on your path again and on what you're supposed to be focusing on. Maybe even healing, but it's almost like it's going to go against everything you feel and think right now. But this is helping you get on your path of where you're supposed to go, or helping you obtain to whatever you're supposed to do, almost like your dharma or your journey, whatever you're supposed to be doing right now. And in doing that, it helps ground you. It's almost like your mind is stuck in this learned pattern in what it thinks it needs and what's right. But it's causing you imbalance. Even though your mind is seeing it as this is what will make me feel better and this is what will balance me. Excuse me. It's actually causing you an imbalance. And this whole reading, where it's going, is trying to bring you not only a level of balance back into your life, but the path that you're supposed to be on. There's greater things that you're supposed to be doing. And what you see as great, what you see as this is my goal and my attainment, my yes thing, I don't know, is selling yourself short. It's almost in a very emotional, it's almost in a very emotional or egoic 3D. I mean, you could even be like really feeling it to the degree where you're like, no, I feel it. This is what it's supposed to be. And it's like, I don't know if it's supposed to go there or not, and I'm not even going to act that way. But what I do know is that it's not right now. There's some other direction you're supposed to go on or see or do. That's going to help you see you more and not distract you. A lot of Tauruses right now are really being distracted, and they're focusing on things that is not in their highest good for the plan that is for them. And there's almost like the star, sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I had to run downstairs real quick. The star is about hope and faith as well. And you're really being asked to have faith during this time, to have hope, but faith at the same time in things that you may not understand. That, like, let's put it this way. If you're getting all these indications that you should be with somebody, something, waiting on them, this and that, but it's not coming together, there's difficulties with it, then there's some other path you're supposed to go on. You're being asked to find the door that is open and not keep knocking or ramming into the door that isn't open. And not only that, but if there's any of you Tauruses who have stopped knocking or ramming on the door and decided to take a break, that you don't become stagnant and just stay right there and not find the door that's open. Maybe that's what's contributing to a lot of Tauruses feeling like they're stuck in the birth canal at the same time. But there is a door for you that's open, and there's a world, a new way that you're supposed to go through and go to. And it's like either you stopped and don't want to go through it, or you don't see that it's the door. That you got a little bit better and you think you figured it out now, and now you're trying to go and control the situation again, and it's clearly not it. It's not where you're supposed to go right now. It's derailing you from your path. And it's causing you to become stagnant or to possibly even revert back in some of your ways. In your recent past, you have the Tower card. And I don't know where this Lover's card is supposed to go. It's like it fell out at some point and it was just laying. It was when I did your likely future, but it was laying over by the Tower. So it probably applies to both, but there was either some decision that was made or something was found out. Yeah, it was something that obviously wasn't good for you. Tell me about the Tower. I think, maybe that you found out about somebody's either habits or that they were overindulging, or I probably both. You could have found this out about someone else, but you might have also realized, or the world, universe, whatever, made it very clear to you that you were. Maybe lately, because I know it's happened to me the last couple of weeks. Like, it has really shown me the areas in my life where I have got to work on things, and where either some of them I thought I had squashed and they were resurfacing, or just to where it was like there were problems that were not in good vibration with me. They were not in alignment or like my vibration, and they're like clearly becoming like that obvious thing that needed to go from my life. That it was not serving my highest good. It was not helping me raise in vibration. I could tell clearly it was not on my path with where myself or my higher self was wanting to go. And I think that knowledge is like dropping in. And it's affecting your decisions. Also the misalignment and the not being balanced about it. But honestly, maybe even like just how like non-spiritual or maybe even that it's of your shadow, which isn't bad, but it's very shadowy in nature. It's very subconscious in nature. Really show a lot of things have been shown recently of like your triggers or your habits. Maybe even realizing that this person or thing that you've been working for contributes to that or is part of that. That is just where you're starting to realize, like, you know, it's just not in alignment with me. And no amount of love or patience at this point is going to, like, almost in a way that Taurus is, they knew that this thing wasn't, but they were trying to have patience and love during the time of maybe hoping that it would come around, but realizing that that's not possible because it's pulling you back down while doing that. And realizing, A, you can't do that. You're going to lose like so much work you just did. But also, it's just going to get really dark and really icky if that happens. Like, with what Tauruses have went through, I can't think of many Tauruses who want to go back to that. Not willingly or not within their control at the very least. So you're really starting to realize, I've got to clean some stuff up. I've got to get myself right again, back in alignment, refocused, like, you know where you're going. Maybe even with the idea, like, I heard this and it was pretty good. You can't drive a car looking in the rearview mirror. Like, you can't drive the car forward and just drive if you're always looking in the rearview mirror. And realizing that some things just have to be let go. They can't be held on to. Because they're holding you back from the change in the direction in life you're supposed to be going on. And for a lot of people, it's going to be some type of union or decision. Like, you're having to make a head over heart decision. And it hit you somehow, whatever way, however this came to you. This, to me, could be a change in your life, but this is full on a realization. Like, something has to change. It's not working. And it's becoming very clear and very evident the things that need to be changed. And I have the feeling that this thing or situation that's been being like waited or worked on or trying or whatever is, it's one of them. It's one of the biggest ones, if not the main one. You're being called to think higher, to act higher, to vibrate higher. And you can't. if you don't release this and whatever else has been brought to your attention. Something has to go for you to rise. So, and that might be something too, that I don't know if this happened during the last full moon, or if this is honestly the Aquarius new moon energy that's coming in, that's really making things like, you know, of knowledge, that's really being like, yo, this and this don't coincide. And you have to make not this head over heart decision you have at the end of the deck too, Two of Pentacles, and this like head over heart decision. What do you choose? Do you choose this energy? Because you're going through this anyways or not, whether you hold on to it or not. You're just either going to stay here longer, or you're going to go through this for a minute and be like, oh crap, let it go and rise back up. Or you're just going to stay here longer, and most Tauruses know exactly how this feels. So they don't want to stay there. So you're having to make that head over heart decision. It's almost like you're being guided. Like how she's looking up at this angel. I mean, he's looking over at her, but she's looking up at this angel. And it's asking you to raise your vibration and raise your focus. Like, stop focusing on earthly, worldly things. Tauruses, a lot of Tauruses, whether you feel like you have a path or a mission or not, we all do, but there are higher things you're supposed to be going for, even if it's your own journey and ascension. But most Tauruses feel like they're supposed to be doing something. And there's a reason why a lot of Tauruses and Pisces are going through a lot of the awakenings that they are. They're one of the best spiritual teachers. They're the ones that, they're very creative. They're very gifted with reaching above. There's things you're supposed to do and be focusing on. And at the very least, your own journey. And I feel like Tauruses got it with their awakening, and then they slowly started going back down because either they felt something or old emotions came up, and then they turned into like patterns and addictions and stuff that was, something has been pulling you back down. You rose up, you did a lot of work, you went through a lot of stuff, and something has started to pull back down. And somewhere in the recent past, or whenever this happens for you, you're realizing it. I mean, in my opinion, there is no other choice. You either stay stuck and fall, or you rise. Because even if you stay stuck, you're going to fall. You're going to go back down. There's a choice that needs to be made here. In your crowning position, you have the Wheel of Fortune. What way are you going to turn this wheel? Wheel of Fortune. To clarify the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Mountain, which is either about an obstacle or a foe or an enemy. It also has the Capricorn sign. So also letting go of toxic, kind of addictive ways that aren't really working that well for you, but also choosing the path that like a lot of Tauruses honestly are starting to get with their like they're tired of being stuck, and some have like been meditating a lot and they're not, they've moved forward more, but they're tired of being stuck, they're tired of not getting what they want, but they're still resisting and still putting themselves through harder times. And this guy has a choice where he can either go over this mountain or he can go the smoother route right here, and he's choosing to go the less, way. And it's up to you how much change comes your way and whether or not this change works in your favor. But if you heed this advice because you're wanting change anyways, you're wanting things to get better for yourself, you can absolutely make it to where things are better for you, to where things move forward. You're trying to be guided. Like, this guy is literally pulling these two bulls the easier route. And it's trying to help you and help you bring you back to happiness and goodness and that lightness, that freedom of your child, your inner child, that feeling of freedom and hope and curiosity that you had before stuff in life got a little bit too real, before it got a little bit too heavy, before it tainted your world and your perception of it, and then you carried that for so long like bulls do, and not wanting to let it go because for some reason you either felt like you had to, or that it was a badge of honor, or that you would forget and go through it again if you let it go. But either way, it's helping you let go of that burden, all that which you carry that you no longer need. Like one of my shaman instructors, she went with, it was one of her spiritual teachers, and they were climbing up this mountain, and they had this kind of experiment as they were climbing up the mountain that they each had a book bag, and he's like, collect as many, stones as you can just along the way. And just carry them as we're going. Whenever you see rocks, whenever something means something to you or whatever, gather it in your bag. And they're like, why? And they're like, you'll figure it out. They're like, you'll figure out why and what to do with them. And so she was of course, picking up the biggest, best rocks and was carrying them until she was literally dragging the book bag. Until finally she got tired of it, and he wasn't doing it, so he just was way ahead of them. And she yelled ahead to him and was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And he's like, what? And she's like, I'm not carrying this anymore. And he just kind of looked at her and then she got it right then that the weights were very symbolic of all the weight that we were carrying around that you don't feel. And I also had during my shamanic training, we had an illumination where someone was doing work on me and they pulled all that up, and I could feel all the weight, the energetic weight that I was carrying. I could barely move my body. It was crazy. And she instantly left the book bag. She left all the rocks. She just let it go. And as hard as it may seem, it is that easy just to let it go. It's us that makes it not easy to let go. The trick is you have to figure out why. And sometimes not even that, because sometimes that will even hold you back. Sometimes the thing is just to let it go, just to make that concrete decision that you're letting it go and you're not looking back. And if those blocks need to come up, they will, because you've moved forward, and they'll come up through moving forward. But if they don't need to, and this is purely just a pattern that you could just repetitiously let go of by replacing it with new actions and a decision being made, then it will. And it will just fall away. But either way, this decision is on you. The hardness, the most difficult of your life is on you. Just like that, you can let it go. Just like that, you can put it down. Just like that, you can choose that you don't want it anymore. And make sure you're seeing things properly. Make sure you're not seeing that you want this, but in reality it looks nothing like that. Because here's the thing. If it looks exactly the way you're imagining, you wouldn't be sitting here going through all of this. Do you want it anymore? Are you ready to move forward? Are you ready to be vibrationally lighter? If you're not, and you want to own all that weight, then do it. Just own it and be in alignment with it so that it doesn't cause you internal conflict and heavy energy. Because you're being shown that this change is on you. How many have been waiting for the universe to come and bring them their next step? Not knowing that it was you who was supposed to take it. And you may not even know where or in what way. But I'm pretty sure if you listen to your intuition, you know that this person or situation is not it. Because it's been stagnating you. For how long? So let's be honest. Even if you don't know yet, even if the universe, God, whatever, has not illuminated that path and shown you the next step you've been waiting on, do you not really know that it wasn't the way you've been going? So by process of elimination, just do the opposite of what you've been doing. Maybe the universe can't show you where you're supposed to go because you're so blinded with your blinders on that it must be this direction. Maybe the universe was waiting for you to crumble and fall so that you were willing to look up again for direction. Maybe you stopped looking for direction, which is really crazy because you got a lot of cards here, which I will get to, about meditation. So that's cool how that came together. But I think a lot of Tauruses stopped looking for direction. And really, you've been guided all along. Like, you've been trying to be guided down the less rocky route. Chances are, we've been trying to go along this thing. Making everything harder on ourselves. Tauruses actually can't have an easier route here. It's your choice, and I don't want to keep harping on this. Are you okay with dropping the weight? That's really what it comes down to. Are you ready to unhook yourself from the cart that you've been attached to, like a bull, hauling all of that stuff, and just be a free bull? And live life like someone left the gate open? Or do you need to stay with the gate closed and be worked and worked? Because you are totally in control of you turning this wheel and stepping onto your path of lightness and of happiness and of knowing that things are going in the direction you're supposed to go. Is like a compass. It's almost like you have things like tempting you away from the direction you're supposed to be going. Almost like you know what direction, but you have these things that are kind of like slithering in to pull your attention away. Maybe that's even a test. I mean, have you ever thought of that? That all those things you feel maybe are something for you to overcome? Some type of test, some type of karma, some type of something that you're supposed to look at differently or not do, or almost see like, what does Taurus really want? Does Taurus really know their worth? Has Taurus learned yet? Does Taurus know the greatness that they can have? And will they settle? Because I can't imagine with these energies that are sitting here in front of me that you're not settling. A fear of missing out, a lack mentality, a not realizing that you can have more, of not seeing that somebody left the gate open and that you're a bull that can wander out of the corral. Did someone make you think that you were in a corral and that the gate was closed and that they were the best option you have? That's not their fault anyways, that's yours. But either way, that's the way it came across. Well, let it be my job to tell you, the gate's open. You are more than welcome to leave at any time and get on your path that drops the weight of this heaviness and that makes it to where you're now on your path you're supposed to be on. And that things get better for you. In your likely future, you have the High Priestess reversed. So either secrets come out, some of you, there might have been more people involved than you realized. Yeah, exactly. You have like the public card, so there's something public, a lot of public things, but a lot of times more people involved than there should be. And then after that, you had the Fox, not seeing things correctly, slyness. So secrets come out, things change. So some of you probably did have, yeah, wow. Some of you like really did. I mean, more people, it's public too, but a lot of people involved. The slide, devious fox, the snake. Some of you probably were actually dealing with Scorpios too. Again, not that that really matters, but I think secrets are coming out. Maybe even that someone was married or involved with somebody. That could have either come to an end or you guys came to an end because of that. And you're being like, here's you stuck. Here's you, like I said, being faced with a different direction, a different path, and having to leave that which you knew and was comfortable with, but not very good for you, kind of deceitful, but you had really still hoped for it, thought it was really going to happen. But I think you see. And if you don't, maybe you making this different direction helps you to see. Either through self-love, maybe, a connection with somebody else. I mean, there could be a lot of things that cause this. I think the biggest thing that's going to help you to see what's really going on here, honestly, is walking away, fasting, if you will, clearing your mind, meditating, going within, connecting with yourself again. Like I said, I think a lot of people, kind of got sidetracked in their mind a little bit, not clear, not feeling great, a little bit in lower vibration again, and kind of got lost in the fantasy of the hopes in it and possibly went back to like some old ways. And that's why I say, I don't think you can wait. I'm not even saying, I don't know. I'm not even saying you should wait. I'm not even saying it's going to come around. I feel like something is more in alignment with you. And it's just going to keep getting worse and worse if you wait and if you stay and you keep on the track that you're on. It's lowering your vibration. All the work you did, all the stuff that you went through, it's not doing good things for you. And I think that this becomes your likely future, where you see the truth of the situation. I mean, that's very clear. You see the truth of the situation. Don't leave if you don't want to see the truth of the situation. But ending that, end of a cycle, crowning, again, changing things, turning the wheel, change. You see whatever it is that applies to you. This is a general reading. By the way, if you want to know if this applies to you, hit me up for a reading. If you want to know how to get past this, if you want help with your perspective, if you want help with your blocks, hit me up for a reading. A lot of people, some people can listen to their intuition and they know if a reading's for them. But I would say out of all the people that reach out to me for readings, probably like 50% of them are actually aligned with the energy. And they're usually on the ones that are like, yay, you're going to be together type thing. And just sometimes it's nice, like check on make sure you're not, be a little more hopeful than truthful. So just saying, if you need help with this, let me know. But the truth comes out either way. And it's not great. On one hand, but yay on the other, because now you can actually align where you're supposed to go. Because is that not the emotion you're seeking, is happiness and fulfillment? It is. Because it's what your brain's telling you why you're going after this in the first place, is because you see it as your happiness and your fulfillment. It's just kind of, I think your brain, I don't want to say tricking you. I do think there's a high spiritual thing going on here, especially with Tauruses, and I think Pisces has it too. A lot of people do it. I really see it with Pisces and Taurus. But right now, this is all we're going to focus on, because there's free will. Some people, they might actually align with these people or situations. Some people, this is something that you're supposed to get through, that you're supposed to find yourself through, that you're supposed to make a decision through, that your job is to make that decision to pick you, to see you, to find you. I miss them, but I miss me more. I'm going to do a video on this, but to realize that what you actually want from them is you anyways. And they will never be able to deliver that. What you want is that finding of you and that finding of your soul and your mission, whatever that may be. It's you anyways. It will never be them, or anybody for that matter, but not them. Especially not now. It's you. But you have to see what your brain does. To see about thinking about it correctly. I don't care what pull is coming from you, inside of you. I don't care what spiritual twist is put on this, because I know exactly what it feels like. But you have to also look at things and see what's going on around you and see if things are getting better or worse. Not everything that has a strong pull or a strong feel is something that is supposed to be where you're supposed to be right now, especially if you're not in alignment with yourself and you don't know what they mean, which is why it's asking you to go within to learn more about yourself. Just have even a glimmer of openness to the fact that maybe you don't know exactly what's going on here. And I get this is like very opposite of my last reading, but it's asking you to put it down. And move. Because a lot of Tauruses right now are so loyal to a fault that they cannot move while they wait. And there is something greater for you. If you want to take your mind there, then be like, I've got to go do this to connect to that. Whatever you have to tell yourself. Because that may be true. But either way, you're not being asked to sit and stay stagnant while you wait. What does that solve? What does that do? You're not growing, which means you're destroying things, including you and your life. So move. Go. Go learn about you. Go find you. Be open to what the world and the universe brings to you. Be open to the you that you find. Be open to it may come to this, or you might find something better that you don't even know you want or don't even know it's out there because you don't even know that part of you yet. It's asking you to go find it. It's asking you to make that decision. It's asking you to choose you. It says Taurus, for the love of God. Choose you. So, how you see yourself is you have the Ace of Wands. So maybe this is choosing you. Maybe you're like, I am choosing me. This is choosing me. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, maybe, or how do you feel? How's it been for you? Maybe some of you are actually choosing you. Maybe some of you have really had some things stirred up in your life where you're like, what the heck? Because you got, the goodness and the abundance. So if some of you have been on what I'm saying right now and you're like, girl, preach, like this is what you've been thinking, you're on the right track. And others that aren't, heed this advice. Because you're like, you're on this new beginning and this new abundance. Yeah, you're like feeling passionate and fiery and wanting to create, and I think you're curious. I hope you're curious. I hope Taurus is curious. Taurus had a lot of fears to break out of and become curious instead. When fear gets healed, when that root chakra gets healed, it turns to curiosity. Hopefully you're curious. I think you're curious. What's in your environment is you have the Emperor and you have the Ten of Pentacles. So I have to say, two cards that wanted very much to come out of the deck, and it was really aligning with the feeling I was feeling, was the Eight of Cups and the Empress. Right? So I guess someone could be coming towards you because they left something else that wasn't fulfilling to them. It's possible. Maybe that's another reason it's telling me here to choose you. Like, take a leap of faith that you might be supposed to be going in a different direction, and that it will serve you better than if you just like, yay, they're coming. I don't know. So there's that. That happens. Or this is you walking away, and you walking away brings you to your Empress energy. Knowing your worth, knowing you, finding you, your balance. But in your environment, so it's funny, you have the Empress and the Emperor. This could be someone you're involved with, somebody you try to put a lot of time into and build a legacy with, but maybe the father of your kids, but it could also be somebody else who is a father figure, maybe even like supervisor type position or something, parental, a little more strict, controlled. They might have a family, they might be a father. They may not be happy in the situation that they're in. Nonetheless, they're in one. And the way they see you is that you are now more emotionally balanced. And the way this is facing is that this King of Cups is facing away from the Emperor and the Ten of Pentacles. So you are now facing away from that situation, and you are now more emotionally balanced. They see you as facing away from them. Just funny, actually, because that's what comes up as, you know, as a Scorpio card. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but either way, Scorpio, you have a lot of Scorpio here. Like Tower, Scorpio, Death of Scorpio, King of Cups, Scorpio. They might also possibly see you as how they want to be, or how they should be. But also that you're not really having it with them, and you're more composed. But considering the fact, I don't know, I'm just saying that I get a lot of Scorpio vibes, and they see you as the Scorpio energy. There may be a little bit there of them seeing, like, either liking how you are, or wanting what you have, or that's how they should be. Let's see, what's up with the King of Cups? They may even be more drawn to you because of it. I don't know. I don't want to go this route. I think that... So, I mean, yes, they are, whatever, more focusing on you, attracted to you possibly because of it, but it makes them kind of sad, and gloomy thoughts. They may have reached out to you and you ignored them. They may want to reach out to you. They may reach out to you, ignore them, and now they're kind of like, about it. They're not in a good place. Like, they're not happy. They're not in a good place. And like, I almost don't want to say that because I don't want you guys to like run to like fix it mode. I feel like that's where they need to be there. You know what I mean? They have to think about things too. They have to realize things too. They have to decide on what they want to. And to be honest with you, your worth is so worth it that you can't stop or halt because of them, because that's what you've already done so far. And it knocked you back. You've lost vibration because of it. So it's almost also like I was saying, like where it could be a test from the universe, but where, yes, this is within your control, but I also get this vibe where it's like, we need to make sure that Taurus is really sure that they've really made this choice to drop all this. Like, it's almost like it is your choice. And it's your choice by choosing this too. So I hope you guys are following me. But like how you've been waiting for the universe to give you the next step. And you figure that out by you making this action. And you do. The universe does assist you though. So like the step you've been waiting for, it's almost like, yeah, they do. But you also had to take your first step to get theirs. It's almost like, we're not going to give you this next step until you've taken another step. And we're also not going to give you possibly this huge blessing or this, it's a responsibility until we know that you can handle this responsibility. Until we know that you're in alignment with it. Until we know that you're not going to squander this. It's almost like you have to level up to get it. I'm not sure what it is. It's going to be different for everybody. Again, hit me up if you need a personal reading. But so again, karmic lesson. You cannot level up and you can't stay leveled up with this person in your vicinity. Even if this person isn't in your vicinity, this person or thing or situation, it can't be in your thoughts. Your thoughts, I guess, a little bit, your desires, your focus. It can't be a goal of yours. Like, you have to see enough beyond it to be like, I don't want it anymore. I want better. I deserve better. I want to reach for the sky. The sky is not your limit. Your beliefs are. Could you imagine that it actually could be better than this? The universe, God, whatever you believe in, wants to take you there. But it's not going to do that or give you that until it knows that you're ready and that you've learned. And yeah, it's a little bit of a, did you feel an intense pull? And I'm not saying that's everybody with this, but I want to do a video on this, like soulmate and twin flame, so I'm not going to wrap it up completely in this video, but I know for me personally with what I went through, I'm pretty freaking sure that intense pull, the dreams, like the telepathy, just everything was not only me releasing certain wounds, it was the intense cord and connection, but it was also me coming back, and it was my brain telling me. It's almost like I felt me there and coming back in the vicinity. This will make more sense when I make my other video, but it's that I recognized myself in this person, or that I saw that part of myself in this person, and that connection got even stronger. And I had to realize, that was me and not them, that I was desiring, that intense pull was to. It was actually to me. It was to my integration, to my higher self, to my future self, to my best self. It was never this person. But my brain told me that. I did have things to work out, and maybe I am in a lot of ways. Like, it is a karmic connection. It is a high spiritual soulmate connection. And I don't know, and you don't know what the future holds on that, but I know right now, I can actually see more what that connection is leading me to. And it was to myself all along. And thank God, because my focus on the situation or person led me there. It had me do a lot of work. I don't want it. Like, that's what I've really been seeing a lot in these last few weeks, especially the last week or two, is just what more is out there, and that certain things aren't in alignment with me, and that I want more, and that I want to go, and I don't want to hold myself back. And I'm not trying to put myself into this. I just feel like I'm meant to say this to you. So it has to get you so frustrated and so ready and so I can't carry this book bag any longer. And I don't understand why the hell I ever chose to. I mean, you do have compassion, but... And to realize that really nobody ever closed the gate to the corral you were in. That for some reason, that's what you saw. Whether it kept you protected or whatever, I don't know. But it's time to leave the corral. It's time to go explore. It's time to get to know who you are and to see the world through your eyes for the first time. Not through your wound's eyes, not through tainted eyes, not through someone else's eyes. Through your eyes. Like eyes wide open kind of idea. Maybe even the awakened you. Maybe even your third eye. Either way, to see the world in a different way. And to stop carrying all that weight around. Because in your hopes and fears, this is exactly what you don't. You don't want the weight. You don't want the fighting. You don't want to have to feel like the world is coming up against you. You don't want to have to fight for being you. You don't want to have to fight for going after your dreams. You don't want to have to fight for your happiness. And you don't want to have to fight to convince somebody who you are and what you're worth. That either someone else is showing you that, or that you're just there living and having a good time. Nobody should ever have to show who they are or what they're worth. They should just be. Because the person who is worthy of you will see you. You'll never have to be like this. This was of your past. This is what you have to leave behind. I mean, yes, you're going to be fighting for yourself in your life, but to just be and be happy and be on your journey. Fight for you if you have to fight for anything. What does it tell me about the Seven of Wands? Yeah. It's kind of like there's the Star and the Rider reverse. Like, not being on your path, not seeing, like, this star, your path correctly. Them not coming in, things not working out. You being alone, you fighting alone. Even if you had this person, honestly, you'd still be alone. This is an illusion. This is the mentality that you have to choose to put down before you can literally walk forward and have the universe bring that other part to you. This is what the universe wants you to choose to let go of and be done with. When you're done feeling like you're standing here fighting alone and you're just here being like, I don't care what anybody else sees, I don't care what they're doing, like you're just there with you. Knowing that the only reason you're sitting there fighting is because you're going off past things or doing things that aren't in alignment with you. Because if it was, you wouldn't have to, like, fight so hard for it. It would just flow. In your likely outcome, you have the Page of Wands. So, here's you with your stick. So you taking this stick, the one that leads to abundance, you taking this stick, that instead of you walking off with your new stick on your new journey, you're choosing to, like, fight all these people and show them, look, I've got my stick, look all what I can do, look what I'm worth, look what I figured out, look at all this blah, 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 blah. It's like you got this new stick and you're, like, choosing to be here with all this crap. Or that's what you fear. Hopefully you don't hope for it. But in your likely future, because you see something, you chose to walk away from this and take your stick and go on your own path and your own journey. And you start. You start towards this. Yeah. Like I said, and you cut away, you being, remember I said about being stuck to a cart and hauling stuff around? See this bull? He's stuck to this cart. And there's a scythe? I don't know. Cutting that away. Freedom, weightlessness, moving forward, and he's curious, and he's excited. But you have to make the decision to do that. Make the decision to put an end to the waiting of that relationship coming together, that Emperor energy. It's done. See? King of Wands, Queen of Wands, Ten of Swords in between. They're not facing each other. There may be a chance that some of you, like, this situation for them isn't going that great. I think it kind of relates to my last Taurus soulmate reading. And they may come back and offer to you and try to make things right because something ended for them. So I'm not going to focus more on that for now, though. This is where you need to be with the rest of this that I'm saying. Right here on this journey. Like, this is one of your cards. It says the journey. You are soaring to new heights. Experiment, play, allow your spirit to the freedom to explore new and exciting possibilities of your life. Follow the rainbow across the horizon, and a pot of gold awaits. Time of necessary upheaval, a blessing in disguise. As the dust settles, the gift reveals itself. Moon goddess, new opportunities coming. Live in the moment, let go of the past. There is no time worrying about the future. A wonderful opportunity exists for you today. Embrace it. Message from afar. Expect positive and refreshing news. A great outcome for all. Blessings, joy. And then you have sacred knowledge. So I don't know if you'll get a download. I don't know if your opportunity will come. But it says ancient and sacred knowledge is awaiting within the heart of the earth, yearning to be discovered. Crystals hold the key. Connect energetically with the earth and her crystal realm. Healing, love, and abundance result. For a lot of Tauruses, I'm going to also do a video on this. I feel like it's a really not spoken enough about stone that I love. It's probably, as of right now, my favorite stone. And it's, I wish I had my wand one, but it looks like this. There's also lighter ones, or well, you could see it, but either way, you can look it up. It's called stromatolite, or I think it's called stromatolite. So let's see. So I think it's spelled STROMATOLITE, stromatolite. And it's amazing because it's very earthy, so you'll love it, especially if you need groundedness and coming back to. I was very drawn to it when I walked into a store, and when I held it, instantly I can feel the power and the strength from it. Also, I can feel its ancient knowledge. It was old knowledge. So it's a great stone for grounding, meditation, transitions, all of that. When I looked it up, it's crazy because all of that was backed up with what it says its properties are. So I'm going to do a video on it, but I think for everybody it's a great stone. But I feel like Tauruses, maybe even Pisces, would be the ones that would probably been like love its energy the most. Like, I love it, especially if I'm a little, off or nervous or whatever, or great for like meditation, receiving like knowledge. It's almost like mentor, or like not guru, but like just old knowledge, like not wizardy, but that spiritual guru or teacher or ascended master or something. I don't know. That just look it up. You may want to get it and just try it and see. It's a fairly inexpensive stone, but I don't feel like it's well known enough. So it may benefit you. I love it. So the sacred knowledge made me think of that. And then it says new direction. Life may seem like a whirlwind at the moment, yet there is divine order to the present circumstance. What may appear as chaos is often angelic forces of the universe at work. After the storm clears, you'll be steered in a new direction, a time of renewed health, joy, and abundance. And under that, you have divine will. Your life is unfolding in accordance with the divine will of your soul. Trust, let go of fear and apprehension. You are protected and eternally blessed. Have patience, all manifests in perfect timing. And then good news. Can you feel me? Flame of love. So again, I don't know, because I get a lot of awakening things. So you have can you feel me, and then here's the snake. So like the Kundalini energy. Your feminine aspect, which is the Kundalini energy, is awakening. Feel the goddess energy inside you. She seeks acknowledgement and validation. New energies, insights, and opportunities are emerging. Wake up, embrace, celebrate. And then flame of love. Allow the infinite power of love within you to radiate unconditionally in all directions. Yet stand tall in your sense of self and in your own truth. The healing power of love will help you burn through all illusion, and you will discover new possibilities. This is a powerful time of transformation, ideas, and creativity. Follow your natural instincts. You are making the current issue more complicated than it needs to be. Trust in the universe. Allow your intuition to guide you. You are always safe. And then you will give birth to something new. An idea manifests the beginning of a new and wondrous journey. Wondrous journey. So this is pretty much confirming all of what I'm saying. Like, if you're wanting that next step and that feeling that you're wanting, but you're thinking that this person or situation is the key to it, it's not. Please heed my advice on what I'm saying. So exactly like this, woman holding a heart, deceit, victory, which I get from this, like it doesn't work out victoriously, but also a lot of times this is a very intuitive card for me. There's more here than meets the eye. I mean, there's just more people than you think. See how she's within the gate. Things just aren't going well, all tied up. Rethinking the strategy for balance, taking action on that, appreciating what she has, let go of the attachment, going after what's truly happy to her. Here's her leaving the gate. I'm not going to show you all those cards for the sake of time. Just trust me on what I'm looking at. Ending that contract, whatever this thing is. Woman holding a coin. Then you meet someone else who you have value now. They see your value. You're sitting there thinking, you're having patience, abundance is blossoming. What's internally and externally is now mirroring and manifest around you. You're healing. And now you find the man who's also holding the heart like you are. Now you're on your path. And you're aligned. Now you find the other guy who's thinking like you, because thinking woman, thinking man. And here's your cornucopia. You now see all the possibilities and the happiness, and just please trust me on this. Just hopefully you'll see what has made you kind of walk back into this and lower your vibration again. If not, just, if you can't figure it out, just move. Just don't get stuck again. You have Badger, abandon compromise and fight valiantly for what you believe in. Maybe it was you over compromising that got you in this situation. I don't know. But you have open your heart, keep your dreams alive, be true to your heart, renewal of peace. So I think really what the open your heart is really saying is, because this situation is the way it is right now with you, it's actually blocking your energy. Even you just sitting there waiting on it, it's stagnating and blocking your energy. And it might actually literally be affecting or blocking your heart chakra. Which is why it possibly leads to the awakening, is in order to protect yourself, you're constricting that energy. And you letting go of that, whether you have to, like get it up, the sorrow of it, or you don't have to be protected anymore, so your heart starts to be able to expand, that you need to open your heart up. Like this says, open your heart up. Which is funny because she's sitting here like with a swan. The swan is around her. I think it's a swan. But if you look, I don't know if you can really see it, there's almost like a spirit of a guy right there. So in his hand, if you see the wing of the swan, it's a hand. this swan is the guy. So it's like, I get this vibe that you're going to find this that you're looking for. And it's going to be something that you would have never expected, or you would have never recognized or seen. For one, if you were still waiting on this or only seeing this, but also if your heart was closed down, you either wouldn't have recognized it, wouldn't have felt it, or wouldn't have drawn it in. Because, you know, this swan is the guy. But who would have known that the swan was the guy, you know what I mean? So it's just the idea of it that also, so this is just a weird thought, but so to some beliefs, you know, they're soul families, and they kind of come from the same things, but different bodies, which is why sometimes you recognize each other or whatever. Maybe it's from a past life and they're just in a different body now, or like that's why they say like spiritual children, because you're within the same, like, you know, spiritually you're connected. Also, they could have been born to another family, but soul-wise, just because they live somewhere else and you don't know them, they could come from the same soul spirit thing. I don't know, follow me? So maybe either it's who you felt coming was actually somebody else, but you needed to get through these wounds and do the work to get where you needed to go. This was an intermediary or intermittent thing. Also a test so that you're ready for what's coming. But you thought it was this, but it was actually something else, either possibly from a past lifetime, or it could be somebody, I don't know why it just came to my head, so I'm just going to say it, with the same soul spirit family. Like, say there's a bunch of us, we all come from this, but it could make up multiple bodies, all having a different experience. And it could still be the essence of this person. I just feel this very strongly. I know this sounds really weird. It's making me want to cry to say it. But in a different body. A different lesson, or a different part of the path. So they could almost be like, this is so weird, that they could almost be why you felt it was them was because give me 1 second. Was because you felt like it was. Because you felt their soul. But they have different lessons. Or they were only supposed to come during a part of it. But you had to see this lesson, like their job in that body, I mean, obviously they have their own too, but was to serve this part of this lesson of helping you grow. That was the contract. But that there was another one that has a new contract with you, but they couldn't come in, or you couldn't recognize it until you graduated past that. And that could be the blessing in it, like something that you don't recognize, that it actually could look different but have the same emotion, the same feeling, that same what you yearn for, but that this one's path is more aligned with you. The contract was meant to align with you at this point. Maybe they could rise up and come. It could be this person. But I'm just saying, I don't know. That was really, really strong, and I feel like I was meant to say it, and I don't even know if that can happen, but it sure as hell felt so. So just open your heart and release expectations. Because you don't know what's on the other side of that door. Just go back to having the heart of a child. And trust. Have hope and faith that it's going to happen exactly the way it's supposed to. And probably happen even better than you could have imagined. Just saying. That was crazy. I don't even know. That was crazy. Awareness. Practice present moment awareness. The meaning you yearn for lives lives in the ever-present now. Let go of the need to control. Trust in the wisdom of the divine plan. Rust your mind. Silence is good. Self-care. Be patient. Be willing to pass up good for great. Embrace your confusion. Let there be peace in not knowing all the answers. Focus your energy. There is amazing power and a strong intention. The right path will reveal itself. You gotta rest and relax, though. That just tripped me out. I don't know. So you are being watched. Triumph of Galatea. It's basically talking about lately you have been having fun at the expense of getting the job done, and so far there have been no serious repercussions, but be warned, someone has been keeping an eye on you, and you will not get away with this kind of behavior forever. Perhaps she is jealous of your carefree ways or simply irritated at your lack of responsibility. In any case, it is time to straighten up and do what you're supposed to do before you get called out. Yeah, like I was saying. You have higher things to do, and I don't know. I think you're given patience to do it. I don't know if the universe is going to come and kick in if you don't, but just heed my advice is all I have to say. You are seeking spiritual perfection. Mermaid picking lotus blossoms. You are surrounded by options, mental, material, emotional, and spiritual. Now is the time to focus your energies and select a path to search for spiritual perfection. Take your time and find the right path that is appropriate for you. Experiment with a new method of communicating with nature or your higher power through yoga, meditation, or religious study. Find a group who is seeking just as you are and who shares your ambitions. This is a time to move forward with an open mind and a curious heart. Do not prejudge the path others are on. Attend a service with a family member or friend on a different faith. Read spiritual texts that are unsimilar to you. And take the time to experiment and walk into new territories. You never know where your new path may lead you. Which is exactly what I was saying with this card. Like, it's going to come in a way that you don't recognize, or a body that you don't recognize, or something. And something's going to come from that, whether it really was another soul you're supposed to align with, or whether it is another one of these, that they're one of them, you know, but in a different body. I don't know. So it kind of confirms what I was saying about that. So we're almost done. I'm going to do your spirit animal cards, which I already pulled. You have horse and tarantula. This is a different deck I'm going to use for a little while. So we got to switch it up. And under that, you have butterfly. So here's your transformation. And here's your... So tarantula is at a crossroads, claiming life's purpose. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside you keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose Dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. When in balance follows intuition, when out of balance hesitates, over-intellectualizes, to bring into balance daily journaling. So you may want to try that. So we got horse. I love horses. So it's funny because, like, here's, you know, the moon, third eye, right? Momentum, freedom, expansive energy, and force. The horse represents the most masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us with momentum so reliable, so supportive that you could ride on its back towards any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. A horse personality is fully awakened, fully alive. It cannot be defeated. The horse's freedom becomes available to us when we hone and collect our energy through daily practice. Building physical stamina, exercise, and mental focus, meditation, are the secret weapons behind the horse's legacy. When in balance, you can achieve anything and you never give up. When out of balance, you run away and feel weak. To bring it to balance, strength training. So journaling, meditation, exercise, people. And then if you do that, you transform like the butterfly. I don't know if I'm going to read that, but let me see what it says. Undergoing great change and transformation. Yeah. Change usually involves relationships. Air is usually the element of the heart. Or if you love your job, perhaps your career. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient, kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. Committing to one daily routine, a meal, practice, or prayer done at the same time. Place and time will do wonders, lifting a butterfly spirit. When in balance, cheerful, graceful. When out of balance, fragile and frustrated. To bring in a balanced daily routine. What comes from it is you have the unicorn. So, you know, instead of it just being like this with the third eye, you've just now gained this and have like this huge antenna there. It's probably the whole thing about the awakening or some type of awakening or enlightenment. You can call on these animal spirits too, if you need to. All right, unicorn. Reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity because now you're on your path. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago. The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains why our relationship to divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. It explains our relationship to divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes and no. Maybe, is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day-to-day life, a deeper dimension to our experience. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn and you have begun the quest for your answers, which is the sixth chakra. So you may be able to see in the future. Some say our two eyes are the past and present, while this third eye peers into the future. So you probably are going to go through some trials. Really kind of get, like I said, this awakening vibration. I'm not going to read all these. I'm just trying to see where it's leading. But it's going to take you on the journey of yourself, because it's like you're going to go through this transformation. It's going to lead to, I mean, your third eye, literally, I think I had that in like one of the other Taurus readings. I think it might have been the last one, where it was like crown and third eye chakra opening, which is going to open up a whole new world. And, you know, you're going to have to learn certain things of routine, meditation, exercise, breathing techniques were probably helpful to you. Things with your heart chakra might go on. Like, you're either going to have another awakening, or those of you who haven't had one will. You've got elk energy to help you with the stamina and the power to get through it. The bear for the strength. You know, swan comes in with creativity, and you end up coming full circle and seeing. But you're gonna really need to ground yourself, which is probably actually why I guided you guys to get this stone. Stromatolite. Email me if you need information about the name of it. It's really grounding, and it helps you with information. It gives you strength. Just trust me. So it may be something that's beneficial to you. Because you're gonna need some strength and perseverance, and to dive and build, and there's probably gonna be some internal work. I'm not even gonna lie. I think that it's gonna be a little bit of quite a journey. It's kind of like that one I had. It was back in June or July or something, where I was like, spiritual journeys are amazingly beautiful, but they're kind of sometimes that painful beautiful. And I feel like that's what it is, and it's learning those techniques. So here's the thing. You can choose to stay uncomfortable anyway. In this way, you're going to stay stuck, and that uncomfortability is going to get worse and worse. And then you'll end up where you're going to be anyways, but it'll be way more painful and jarring, or you won't, and you'll just stay stuck and then just fall apart and be no more. Or you can choose to end the cycle, choose yourself, walk through and rise the way it's trying to take you. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be all of that in one. But where it's going to land you is where you're going to look back and be like, I wouldn't have taken it back for anything. You have the Nine of Mirrors as your soul card, which is really looking about childhood dreams and journeys, and seeing really what you want before making a wish. It is a little bit about nostalgia and looking back, but the vibe I get from this card is maybe healing this thing from the past, but more than that, it's looking at the more true you, that genuine part of you, that part that, like I said in the beginning of reading, was like a child before life grabbed a hold of you, before your thoughts and beliefs were changed and tainted and all of that. Your pure, genuine, lighthearted, loving part of you, that now you're able to be there and be light again, but release the heaviness. You see the world for what it is, but your perspective is in a healthy, balanced way. Your crown chakra and third eye chakra are more open, so you're in alignment. It just flows. You understand things. You see things from a higher perspective. They don't bother you in the same way. You don't hold on to things in the same way. You don't have fear in the same way, because you're in alignment. You understand. and you manifest, you bring in. Let me see if I'm missing something from this. Become spiritually grounded through meditation or some other mindful-based technique such as yoga, Reiki, or breath work before letting the genies out of their bottles. When well grounded and centered, we can filter out superfluous, and potentially confusing energy patterns and become better able to make informed decisions. It's always better to embrace what destiny wishes for us than to hunger and thirst after worldly desires. The clarity of inner guidance is greatly increased by spiritual grounding. The Nine of Mirrors is designed to awake sleeping memories of carefree youthful days spent frolicking in the rain. Recalling cherished memories peels away stress hormones from the body that can cause anxiety and illness. Learning to manage stress through spiritual growth and grounding is a chrysalis wish for everyone. This invites you to reconnect with nature. Allow the genies and gentlefolk to guide your way. Be in nature. This is guiding you to where you want to go and what you want anyways. So just don't resist it and go on it. Let's see if there's anything else I want to say. Got a few minutes before this has to cut off. Don't forget, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell. I put out different types of videos. Don't forget to leave a comment because I'm going to start doing it this month where once a month after the month is over, I randomly pick from a comment and somebody gets a free pre-recorded reading. Also, information for donation information and service information is in the description box below. But at the very least, if you can't, do any of that to help out, please hit the like button to help circulate this video and spread the message. And subscribe and hit the bell, like I said, because I put out different types of videos. You have balance. This is helping you with balance. Card of advice, Taurus. Oh my God. So you have Watchtower of the South, Summer, and you have, in bulk, Awakening. Watchtower of the South. I really, really believe that this person is going to try to come back, and your thing is to walk away and deny them. And that's going to cause, and I've said this in so many of my readings, it's going to cause you or both of you to have an awakening. Especially because of what it does to the heart chakra. An old flame turns up, romance is rekindled, new passion is breathed into a relationship. You are seeing the fruits of your labor, your hard work is paid off, enjoy the rewards, you have attached the energy of abundance, draw down the sun. By visiting the Watchtower of the South, you are being assisted in awakening your Kundalini energy through lust, attraction, and desire. Strength and power fuels the motivating life force energy that ignites your inner flame. The South will accompany you as you walk your path with vitality and vigor. Connect with Mother, aspect of the triple goddess, and the Father of God who brings everything you've worked hard for. Your work is done, time to have fun and enjoy the abundance that summer bestows upon you. And I don't know if this is from a past life, like I said, or if it comes in a different body. And then you have embolic. Where is the eye? H-I. Awakening. This is a time of new growth, a good time to purify your thoughts, actions, and diet. This is a great time to seed fresh ideas, become attuned with your body cycle, dream big, draw on the maiden aspect of the triple goddess, wake up. New desires are presenting themselves as you awaken to opportunities that were once unfamiliar to you. These beckon you now to explore as you become more in tune with the magic and mystery of nature. As you become aware of this awakening, you will begin to notice synchronicities such as chance meetings with like-minded people or animals that cross your path. The ancient mystics worked with the cycle of nature and recognized that when we operate in this way, we receive all that we need to survive abundantly. Everything that you are feeling is entirely natural. Your wishes and desires to powerfully evolve and to live in your authentic self have brought about these changes to you. It opens new doorways, and what no longer serves you will fall away naturally. This is an auspicious time, for you are becoming truly alive and awakening to the true witch within, who now stirs from a deep slumber. So some of you, small amount, this might actually be this person. I don't really get that. I think what it is, again, whether it's somebody from a past life or this energy, same that you've been chasing after, just different body, soul family body. I hope you get what I'm saying. But the only way that you will see that, and the test here, this is a test, this is what's going on, crowning your reading, is to walk away from this, that which you would have to settle for, to get something that is so much better and aligned with you that you really want. And I don't know if it's somebody from another lifetime. I don't know if it's like the same soul, different body. I don't know. I mean, what do I look like, a psychic? Listen, I don't know more than that. And you're not supposed to know. But I hope you heed this advice, because this is all over. And it's strong within me. So please hit me up for a reading if you want to know if this applies to you, or to help how to do this, or whatever. But this is a very strong message, and I feel like it's coming closer and closer for Tauruses, especially since we're coming into the manifestation time of the new year in 2019 and 2020. So anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me and walking this journey with me and allowing me to walk this journey with you. It really means more to me than you guys could ever know, and I am truly blessed to be doing this with you. So I love you. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Don't forget to look in the description box below. Tonight actually is technically the new moon, so that's kind of weird. But anyways, I love you guys. This is kind of a weird but awesome reading. So I love you guys. I'll be talking to you soon. I think I've wrapped everything up. Bye.